before that, we have deployed our web server using Ubuntu 18.04 on Oracle VirtualBox. So we'll look at some of the pre-migration configuration that we need to do. So as to prepare our servers to migrate. So once we, for example, we migrate to AWS, we need to do the SSH. So we have to install OpenSSH, SSM Manager. So various steps we need to perform. So here what I'm going to do is that I'll be completing the pre-migration activities on web server. Then I'll show you a trick to deploy the application and database server using the clone of web server. So we'll prepare the basic server, and then after that we'll deploy other softwares like Apache, MySQL. So I'll show you all the steps. So we there are various commands that we need to run. So first we'll start our web server, and for this we have to follow few steps. So what I've done, I have documented all the steps in on my website, www.ajitkulkarni.in. So I'll be providing the link of my website to you so that you can also check all the steps. So here you can see like part one, Oracle VirtualBox installation. So these are the links I have provided. Now for part two, there are some steps that we have to follow, like Ubuntu, updating the Ubuntu OS, and then installation of SSM, SSH, OpenSSH, then disabling the firewall and creating the SSH public private key. So all this is provided in on my website. So now we'll wait for the Ubuntu web server to start. Once it starts, I'll show you all the commands that are required to be followed. So this is coming up. Okay, so now we are in our web server. So first thing what we'll do, we'll go to start menu, terminal. So in the terminal, the first step that we want to do is updating the uh, server. So the basic command is sudo apt update -y. It will ask for the password. So we just have to give the password, and then it will update all the packages. Okay, so it has updated. So we'll continue in this. So second step is to install the SSM agent. So we'll use this command to install the SSM agent. All this command I have documented, and I'll provide the link to the website where I have documented. So this, it will take a couple of minutes to install. So next we can check whether it's installed properly or not by using this command. Using this command, we can see that it is installed properly. Alright, so the next step is to install the OpenSSH server. For that, we have to use the command to install the OpenSSH server. So this will take a couple of minutes to install the OpenSSH server, and then we can see the status whether OpenSSH server is running or not. Then next step we'll see that how to check the status of Ubuntu's internal firewall. So once we migrate to AWS, it is recommended that before migrating we disable the Ubuntu internal firewall. So this is now installed. So the server is installed. Now we have to see the status of the Ubuntu firewall. So for that we have to use the command sudo uws status. So it is showing as inactive, which is a good thing. But still, to be on a safer side, we can run this command sudo ufw disable, which will disable. So here we see this is the it's showing that firewall has stopped and disabled. So these are the steps. Now the last step is to create the public and private SSH key pair. So I'll show this in the upcoming videos, how to create the private public SSH key and how to configure it in the AWS so we can use it to connect to the migrated web server. So that's it for now in this video, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.